Well, folks, we might be on the precipice of an expansion right now. Epic Universe might be about to announce its first big expansion already as New Universal Park prepares to open its doors May 21st, 2025. Epic Universe is not even open yet, and permits have already been filed for the first expansion project. Speaking of the future of this amazing theme park right here, I have one more story I want to go ahead and share with you very, very quickly. This is, they did a merchandise drop, like right before the theme park opened. Zelda merch has landed at Nintendo Superstar Store in Celestial Park, right outside of Super Nintendo World at Universal Epic Universe. You can see some video right here provided by Theme Park Shark. This merchandise was not available during the entire preview period, and all of a sudden it dropped now. I don't want to take too much away from this, but it is kind of strange how you have notable Nintendo executives like Miyamoto himself at an opening like Epic Universe, and then this merchandise drops. I think a lot of people were maybe expecting an announcement from this, but from what I can see, they might be preparing us for something else. We just talked about potential expansions, permits that have already been filed for this area. Guys, what do you take away from Zelda having been so incorporated into Epic before and now with merch? What do you think they're trying to say?
By the way, that hat looks awesome. I would love to get one of those hats. I think that especially because it is specifically Universal merch. Obviously, you can put a Universal tag on it, and you can put a Universal tag on existing merch. But this is stuff that appears to be specifically made for the theme park. If I'm wrong on that, please hit me up on Twitter and let me know. But specifically creating merch for a theme park means it's been in the production pipeline for a while. Obviously, the floor there has so much Zelda imagery that had to be signed off on from Nintendo right there. There you go. The three parts of the Triforce right there. Power, courage, and wisdom. Sorry, not in that order. And that floor has, Din's Fire, Ferore's Wind, all those things. This is a deep cut here, and they could have gone with Mario stuff. They could have gone with Donkey Kong stuff. They've shown that they can do imagery like this under the Donkey Kong Country theme because they have it in the Minecart Madness queue right there. Mm-hmm. But no, they went with Zelda. They could have gone with something else, but they went with Zelda. Biggest one they have right now. Anyways.
Yeah, and like you said, the Mario merch. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's not like they have Star Fox, F-Zero, and like all this other stuff all over the place. It's just Mario, Donkey Kong, and Zelda. Yeah. As in, these are the things that we're going to have in Super Nintendo World. So these are the things that are there. If this was just all Nintendo, we would have seen more Nintendo stuff, I think. There are Pikmin everywhere, though.
That's true. That's true. I think there's a
right in here. There's a hidden Pikmin.
Yeah, there's one on the shelf right next to Donkey Kong, I do believe. Oh, too far.
Oh, I want to go back there so bad.
Turn around the camera. Anyways.
Sorry.
Well,
that was my bad. I filmed it.
You're fine.
Thank
you're
you
fine.
For the footage, By the way, follow the Bradley's Fun. You guys need to go check out that channel. That's Ron's theme park vlogging and theme park channel there. So
I agree. Ron provides some excellent coverage and some excellent live streams now on his channel. Very, very cool stuff. I look at absolutely. I look at this stuff. And I do agree with Jonas's assertion here that they could have gone with more Mario stuff. And the Mario stuff has been very successful for them historically. We've seen that actually end up on earnings calls where it's like, yeah, we opened Super Nintendo World of Hollywood, blew the doors right off, especially in the lead up to the Super Mario Bros. Movie that coincided with the opening of that. Go ahead.
Can I speculate a couple of things that I think are happening here based on things that I've seen and also my personal relationship with somebody that actually worked on this park?
Yes.
And this person hasn't been able to tell me everything that's happening, but that the higher ups at Universal are looking at certain popularities. Zelda pretty much pretty much a definite. I can only say that's a rumor. Obviously, Universal is not going to confirm that. They will probably be building an attraction and have it halfway through before people will realize it's Zelda, and then they'll announce it, because that's kind of how Universal does things. They don't show you concept art that they are never going to fulfill, like another company that is kind of a Mickey Mouse company. But I would speculate where the Mythic Universe used to be, whatever it's called, at Islands of Adventure. A lot of people were thinking that Zelda was going to go in there, but recently I believe we've spotted a dragon in that area, and there might be more Isle of Berk coming to Islands of Adventure, possibly, and Zelda almost definitely going in Epic Universe. I do think there's a lot more on the way. Even besides Zelda, I think there's a very good chance that we might see both Zelda and Luigi's Mansion, maybe. There's so much that they could do. It's pretty obvious that they're hinting Zelda's coming. So they're not going to tell us outright again until it's being built. But yeah, it's going there.
I can't comment on anything that you just said, Ron, because I have different restrictions placed on me. So
I'll say this, because somebody had asked in the chat, can we speculate on a number of rides, attraction types that may go in with Zelda should they do it? Like Luigi's Mansion, for example, they might have some like a new area provided for that specific attraction, but I would think that investment would be relatively small when compared against Zelda. Zelda, I mean, that's like a Donkey Kong style kind of franchise, in that you could do an entire themed land just based on that franchise alone with multiple attractions there. I don't really quite know what those attractions might be like, but I have heard from various sources that apparently Nintendo executives have looked at what Universal has done and they keep rejecting it. And I believe it's in the interest of providing like a more grander ideas or execution of that specific franchise than maybe what Universal initially took from the conversation when developing attractions for Nintendo. It's very interesting. We're keeping track of this along with many other stories related to Epic Universe as the weeks and months go on. So just stay right here. Definitely subscribe for all the news. That should be fun.
Can I just say one more real quick thing?
Please.
Something I would like to see. By the way, I've only ever speculated. I don't know any of this information for a fact. But I would love to see a play area for kids where in that play area they had like a climbing attraction that was like the original Donkey Kong thing, where it looked like the scaffolding that you could climb up and have a Donkey Kong at the top, and like have like styrofoam barrels that come down. And I'm not talking a big ride. I'm just thinking a play attraction for like the 3 to 12-year-old set. It would be really cool to see something like that.
Kind of like the old Honey, I Shrunk the playground crowd.
Yeah, Disney's eliminating so many of their play areas for little kids, and it's sad to see. I would like to see more of that. And I know there is a big one at Isle of Berk, so it's pretty cool. I hope they do more of that in Universal. They've got the DreamWorks Land, which is really cool. So more to come would be awesome.
More to come indeed, and I think there are many great attractions right around the corner for this park right here. This is just the first, I think, of many that will be added. I mean, the room to play with is unlimited, as opposed to their existing properties where, room's a little tight. So we'll see.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.